Picture this. It's the year 1599, and our story unfolds in Burma, where King Nandabain sits upon a golden throne surrounded by courtiers, nobles, and advisors. King Nandabain, a powerful ruler, is a man accustomed to absolute authority. He commands armies, oversees a sprawling kingdom, and is revered, or perhaps even feared, by those around him. To him, being a king is as natural as breathing. The idea that anyone would govern without a king is unthinkable. One day, a merchant arrives from distant lands, perhaps from Venice itself, bringing tales of a foreign world, strange and wondrous to Burmese ears. The merchant bows low before the king and begins to recount stories from his travels. He speaks of grand cities, bustling marketplaces, and exotic customs. But one story catches the king's attention above all others. The merchant tells the king about the fabled city of Venice. Now, Venice, as he explains, is a beautiful city built on canals, where palaces rise from the water like dreams carved in stone. But what astonishes the king isn't Venice's beauty or wealth, it's the way Venice is governed. The merchant reveals that Venice is a republic. It has no king, no throne, no royal family. Instead, it is governed by an elected assembly of leaders chosen by its people. They even have a leader called the Doge, elected from among the nobles to represent Venice's interests. And this Doge isn't even a king, just a temporary leader, bound to the decisions of the assembly. King Nandabain can hardly believe his ears. No king, he asks, his voice tinged with confusion. No royal bloodline, no dynasty, no one person holding power? The idea of a city without a monarch strikes him as absurd, like a tale for children. His astonishment builds, disbelief turning to amusement, and then the court watches, unsure how to react. The king's laughter grows louder and louder until it fills the entire hall. He laughs at the sheer audacity of the concept. A place governed by ordinary people, where leaders come and go without the divine right of kings. It's too much for him to bear. He laughs and laughs until tragically the laughter becomes too powerful. And then, King Nandabain died from a fit of laughter, astonished by the idea that anyone, anywhere, would rule without a king. It's a strange story, isn't it? But it leaves us with a valuable lesson. Sometimes we can be so wrapped up in our own way of life, so certain that our way is the only way, that new ideas seem absurd, even laughable. But history shows us that different ways of governing, different ways of living can flourish, no matter how foreign they may seem. King Nandabain's story reminds us that wisdom comes from open-mindedness, from being willing to look beyond what we know and recognize that there may be other paths to greatness. In the end, it wasn't Venice's republic that was foolish. It was the king's refusal to even consider that it could work.